are going to tackle is about the history of the Philippines labor export from the first stage of deployment to the present time and its immediate effects in the Philippine society. There are 4 questions to be answered. First is identifying the reason for the different waves of labor export from the Philippines. Second, examining how this export leads to the containing of the term Bagong Bayani. Third is dissecting the role of the former President Corazon Aquino played in legitimizing of the global recognition of Filipinos as skilled workers and how middle-class workers aided in her candidacy. And lastly, criticizing the term Bagong Bayani. Are we really looking at heroes or are we just simply calling our OFWs heroes? So we draw our attention from the fact that our citizens are leaving the country for the better opportunities and greener pastures. What does it say about us and our country? But first, let us tackle some key points. Who is Corazon Aquino? What is labor export? What is OFW? And hero. First, Corazon Aquino is also known as Maria Corazon Cory Simulong Cuanco Aquino, was a Filipino politician who served as the 11th President of the Philippines from 1986 to 1992. Labor export is exporting workers such as Filipino workers. OFWs is also known as Overseas Filipino Workers. It is a term often used to refer to Filipino migrant workers, where people with Filipino citizenship who reside in another country for a limited period of employment. Next is hero. Hero is a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievement, or noble qualities.
Number 1 question is, what is the different reason of labor export in the Philippines? So my dad was a OFW for 11 years and I know that kind of job was so difficult to him. So here is my top 3 reason of why people are going abroad. So the number 1 reason of why people going abroad because of the high unemployment in the country. So in the Philippines, there is a 64.6% of unemployment as of May 2021 according to labor force participation rate, and the percent of labor export was high because they want to ease the burden of their family and to work and earn money. Sa madaling salita, people going abroad kahit alam nilang nahihirapan sila kasi nga ayaw nilang nakikitang nahihirapan yung relatives, family nila, lalo na yung mga anak nila. Kaya naman kahit masakit, no, kahit mabigat sa loob nila, they going abroad because they want to success. They want to give their children a good education and good. So the number 2 reason is the high salary, income, and benefits in the other country. Let's face the reality that in our country, the minimum wage of one employee was a 530 plus. So ibig sabihin sa isang araw mo na pagtatrabaho ay meron kang 530 plus at hindi mo mapagkakasya yon sa isang buwan na pangangailangan nyo tulad ng kuryente, tubig at food supply nyo at pangungupahan pa. Kaya naman sobrang hirap. Bukod dito kasama na din doon yung pamasahe. Kaya mabilis na uubos yung pera dahil nga sa ganung kababa. The reason was the better career opportunities. You are given more focus on the profession you have when you are abroad. Alam naman natin, kapag nasa abroad ka, doon ka nag-aral, at pagbalik mo dito, maraming company ka agad kukuha sa'yo, maraming company ka agad yung gustong kunin ka. Sapagkat galing kang abroad eh. Diba? Alam naman natin pag nasa abroad ka, iba yung quality ng education, iba yung learning na nakukuha mo. At bukod dito, some of the people in other country, mas nakikilala sila. Like some Filipino scientists, isipin mo, dito hindi sila napapansin, pero doon mas nakikilala sila. Na kung saan napapakinabangan natin lahat. Kaya naman, when you are abroad, maraming opportunities doon. Kaya isa yun sa mga reason, no, kung bakit maraming mga Pilipino ang gustong pumunta sa abroad.
For the next question, examining how these experts came to the coining of the term Bagong Bayani. So the Philippine labor experts emerged until the present time where they are coined for the term Bagong Bayani. The evolution of labor export is argued as the product of global and national context, discussed as the labor immigration and the Labor Code of 1974, continued by the administration of Corazon Cuanco Aquino, and it was instituted by Ferdinand Marcos. Due to the relevant political, economic structures, and national and global conditions, it was presented with regards to OFWs as the modern heroes or Bagong Bayani. Over the years, these workers helped the country in reducing poverty and improving the financial system, particularly in remittance that contributed to the economic growth. So the next question, dissecting the role of the former President Corazon Cuanco Aquino played in the legitimizing of global recognition of Filipinos as skilled workers and how middle-class workers aided in her candidacy. So former President Corazon Cuanco Aquino legitimized the global recognition of people as skilled workers and its courageous acts and huge contributions to the nation, and also to the global context. Middle-class workers supported her candidacy as the former president herself took consideration of their situation that made them participate in political organizations and they actively involved in the movement, especially to industrialization for a socio-economic transformation. During her administration, she had pursued economic and political development. She also helped in the overall Filipino identity and recognition as consistent manifestation of Philippine society across the world. So overall, she played a vital role to the prosperity of our nation that has been maintained nowadays.
The fourth question is, are we really looking at heroes or are we just simply calling our OFWs heroes to withdraw our attention from the fact that our citizens are leaving the country for better opportunities and greener pastures? What they say about us and our country. First, we classify heroes having a noble qualities wherein a lot of people idolize and get inspired for what a person did. In fact, here in the Philippines, we are really looking for real heroes, which OFWs are belong to be called heroes. Although the fact is they leave the country for better opportunities and greener pastures, but it does not mean that they are heroes because of that reasons. According to NEDA 2020, OFWs considered as Bagong Bayani because of their characteristic, enthusiastic strength for facing their own self, accepting the challenges, sacrifices, and staying abroad for a quite long time just to give better future for their families. And it say about us Filipinos? According to them also, that we are tested and proven that we have a good personalities and great skills, wherein Filipino are hardworking, devoted, caring, and produce good qualities, wherein you can see OFWs all over the world. And about our country? Philippines has a good number of skilled workers, but I simply say that our country is lack of job opportunities, wherein there is a problem on economic status. ACES 2017.
To summarize all the statements that we have said, in the Philippines, people are looking at their real heroes, which OFWs are included. People see Filipinos having a good characteristic, but in fact, it has some negative comments wherein the Philippines have a problem on economic status, which can cause brain drain due to the fact of the shortage of job opportunities here in the country. The evolution of labor export is argued as a product of global and national context, discussed as the labor immigration and the Labor Code of 1974, continued by the administration of Corazon Cuanco Aquino, and it was instituted by Ferdinand Marcos. So, the former President Corazon Cuanco Aquino played a significant role in prospering our country that has been maintained